right, you feather merchants. I'm not certain what this video is going to be about, but basically, yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about where I grew up on Southside of Chicago and Northwest Indiana. And by the time I was in third grade, we had already moved to three different neighborhoods, and the last one was right off of 63rd and Stony, and I don't know, for you guys that you probably have heard of the Blackstone Rangers and the Peastone Nation. Well, they came out of that neighborhood, 64th and Blackstone. That's where our apartment was, and I never could understand why anyone would want to join a gang. That was very alien to me, and during my lifetime, I had a wide range of friends, from professional, police. I never knew any prison guards until I joined the Department of Corrections, but I knew a lot of people that, or a few people that did time in prison. One, I remember he did time in Leavenworth back in the 40s, and I read about him. Well, of course, kind of have to be careful what I say about this. But anyway, this guy was listed on the FBI, one of the FBI charts. I noticed that he belonged to the Chicago mob, and they had him listed as a soldier, but I always thought he was a higher rank than that. And then I had another friend of mine. He really liked cars, so but he stole them. He stole cars for a living, and he even actually had his own crew. They would steal them, strip them down, and resell them. He did time twice with the feds in Terre Haute at the penitentiary there. And then I remember there was two iron workers that I had worked with over the years. I got to know them pretty well, and one ended up with an interstate hijacking crew, and his cousin was one of the that was in the crew, and he wanted. I remember he wanted out. That's what the paper said, and he wanted to quit, and so the guy shot him. He killed him, and of course Ray Charles could have seen that coming. I mean, he asked the other members if there was anyone else that wanted to quit. And no, they were all real happy, but anyway, he ended up doing life without. It was a long story. Then another one, he did time for kidnapping. He was in a steel mill stealing precious metals, and he got caught with a supervisor caught him in there, and he kidnapped him, and so he ended up doing time too. Anyway, when we were living in that neighborhood off 63rd and Stony on the south side of Chicago, I used to spend a lot of time with my grandfather. And I remember we were walking down the street. We were on 63rd Street. It was in the evening, and we was walking his dog. And I think I was around, I was in third grade at the time, maybe fourth grade. And he stopped. And we're just standing there, and I couldn't understand what was going on, but he wasn't moving. And I asked him, what are we doing? And he said, see those two guys across the street? And I looked across the street, and there's two black guys there, and they've been following us. And they're waiting for us to get off of 63rd Street, and they're going to attack an old man with his dog and a little kid. And even, you know, as a little kid, I thought, you got to be a real scumbag to do that. And it's just like the same thing happened when at the apartment that we lived in that same neighborhood. And I had told this story once before about I was standing there in the kitchen with my mom, and three black guys were coming through they were trying to come through the back door, and it was glass on the door, and so I could see, who they were. And my dad was getting his gun in the bedroom, so he chased them off, because as soon as he ran into the kitchen with his gun pointed at them, they were gone. But I thought about that over the years, and we lived in an apartment that anyone with any sense would know there's no money there. The only thing that I could figure out that they wanted was my mom, unless they were into little kids, then I guess I was fair game. But to give you an idea what kind of apartment it was, I remember my dad bought a pellet gun to shoot the rats that chewed a hole in the kitchen wall. They were coming in the kitchen, and he would shoot them when they showed their head. It's like who would break into a apartment like that? So anyway, you know what I really. I knew criminals, friends of mine that's how they made their living, right? Being criminals. But I knew a lot of people. I knew, I hung out with business people, people who were in real estate, cops, like I said, even attorneys. I knew when we moved to Gary, the city attorney there, and anyway, when I went out to California and worked hired on with the California Department of Corrections, you could see how gangs were a big problem out there. And I thought, what would motivate someone to join a gang? If you wanted to be part of a gang, why wouldn't you join the Marine Corps? Those guys are some bad dudes. They give those guys medals for killing people in combat. Why would you choose to be a gang member on the streets, and your reward would be to go to prison and live like that? It's like I could never understand that. Anyway, as you can see, I'm hurting for material, to make a video with, and so I'm going to just cut this a little short and give you guys something to think about. And you young guys out there that are gang members or want to be gang members, you need to wake up, Anyway, just something to think about. All right, you feather merchants, thanks for stopping by, and have a nice day. All right.